Madden football is the home of the Super Bowl, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Jets and the Packers, coming up next.
With the eyes of the world watching, it's time for the biggest event of the year, as we're proud to welcome you to the Super Bowl. Tonight, the Lombardi Trophy's in the building, and we've got a fight to see who's gonna raise it. Between the New York Jets and the Green Bay Packers. The football world has descended upon New Orleans, and Super Bowl 59 is underway. Returning it from the 4. This return makes it up to the 25. So following the return, looks like somebody's shaken up. Trainers out to determine how severe this may be. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Drive starts with a quick throw left, complete. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Love from the gun. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And now it's 3rd down. To the air with Love. Setting up the screen. He breaks a tackle. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. Collects this at the 35. And he gets him something back on that return. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield. So the Jets take the field for their first drive. They're led out by one of the game's most tenured veterans and most decorated quarterbacks of all time, Aaron Rodgers.
And he doesn't have the advantage he usually does coming off a bye week. Both these teams came in here well-rested after a Sunday away. Of course, that means an extra week of prep work for this defense, too. So he's got his work cut out for him to find ways to attack them today.
Into the hands of Garrett Wilson. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and ducking the ball.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. First down throw by Rodgers. Into the hands of Pat Freiermuth. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Play fake. It's Rodgers. Gets everything he has under this throw. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, 3rd down coming up. Again, Rodgers. And he can't escape. The Packers drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down. Here comes the punting unit for the Jets. And this will bring a drive that had some promise to a disappointing end. And no chance at a return as this one heads across the sideline at the 25-yard line. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Play fake, it's Love. Fits it through the middle. He's at the 30. He's at the 10. That's a Green Bay touchdown. The Packers need only one to take the lead. Christian Watson with the touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just gotta ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you gotta win right from the jump. And you gotta protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Gonzalez connects on the point after. And the Packers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Now Gonzalez on to kick this one away. Trey Tucker to return it. And look at this return. Off to the races, middle of the field. Touchdown on an incredible return. The advent of a new style of kickoff in 2024 created all sorts of new strategies to generate big returns. And Brock, here, we see their own design executed to perfection to spring them for 6.
Yeah, I don't know if we've seen a rule change that has invigorated special teams coaches, head coaches, all the coaches, as much as this one did this offseason, each looking for their own wrinkle to try to throw in there and do what we just saw, break it the length of the field for 6 big points.
That one splits the uprights. And the Jets tie this game 7-7. After watching one kick get taken back, partner, let's see how well they can replicate it as this one's away. He fields it from the 8. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Following the kick return, we've got somebody shaken up, so we're going to get a stoppage here as he's attended to. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They'll motion a tight end left. Here's Josh Jacobs getting his first look on the ground. And he's tackled for a short gain. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. From the 28. And he's going to go down. Jets brought the pressure and got to him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Pretty even match in this first half, and you're just kind of waiting. Right? You just kind of try to get a feel for which defense is going to come to life. And when you get that sack, that could go a long way to infusing some energy on that side of the ball.
3rd and long. Here's Love. Escapes the pocket. He'll make a bid for it on the ground.
You know, once a play breaks down, you're just looking for a running lane, and then you're looking for that 1st down marker. He found one of the two, but the defense and that effort swarming after him, well, it denies the 1st down.
The Packers send out their punting unit. And this will be his 2nd effort of the contest. And he gets him something back on that return. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield. This one returned for 11 yards. And it'll be Jets football. Now for the 2nd time this game, we get a look at the New York offense. And they're certainly hoping for some better results here after that first drive ended in a punt. Putting a receiver in motion. Oh, he taps it quick to the receiver coming across here. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
Well, that's a tough one because you could see the beginnings of what looked like an explosive play. Let's give some credit here, Kate, to the defense. A great job to bottle them up before it came to fruition.
Here's Breece Hall on the ground for the first time. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. The rookie from Georgia in on that tackle. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Here's Hall once more. Flies past the 1st, inside the 30. And he has this all the way down to the 14-yard line. It's a 31-yard play. And it'll give the Jets a 1st down.
I love these inside runs. Don't get away from them. You never know. You think it's going to be a short little gain, and then boom, get the right blocking, a possessed running back, and you get some serious yards on the table.
What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. That one's incomplete. Couldn't connect.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you, you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
On 2nd and 10 now, Rodgers. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Garrett Wilson, the intended receiver. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Off play action, Rodgers. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! Packers pick it up.
Well, you can just see the QB scanning, can't you? He's moving, he's looking downfield, but everything covered up on the back end. That 2nd and 3rd level defenders did their job, and what did it do? Well, free that pass rush up to strip the ball away from the QB.
Now here comes the Green Bay offense. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Takes the handoff, now Love. He's got Watson. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Tackle made by Chuck Clark. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Shotgun now for Love. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Shotgun give now to Jacobs. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the 1st.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice. Once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
That's into the hands of Dobbs. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Slot man motioned over. On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. It's a pickup of a yard, and that is how our 1st quarter will end. Welcome back. The team is set, so let's get back to it. 2nd quarter of Super Bowl 59 from New Orleans. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. That's caught for the 1st. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
1st and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, it's a give to Jacobs. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Quincy Williams making the tackle. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Here's Love to throw. That's incomplete, trying to set up the screen there. Looking for the back that time. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Love now to throw. He's running for it. And he's tackled for no gain.
Look at the quarterback's eyes. He's looking, he's trying to find a lane of some kind, but there was nowhere to go. And he was lucky to get back to the line before that defense closed in.
Schrader's kick is up and good. And that's going to break our tie and give him a 3-point advantage.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Tucker now on the return. Return's looking good so far. And an excellent return here sets them up almost at midfield. The Jets out to begin another drive. And their defense held up after that fumble. Only gave up 3, so time for this offense to make it up to them. Get some points of their own. Nice field position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start this one out with Hall. And he gets it past the 50 and down to the Packers side of the field. Give him 5 on that carry. Bring it up 2nd and 5. He shovels this one forward. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Following that completion, medical staff headed out for an injured player. We'll see what the nature of his injury is. And the Packers at a 50-B out there for this 3rd down play. They'll try to run for it with Hall. And he could not get there. They stop him right at the line. Thomas Morstead on the punt. And he's getting the call for the 2nd time this game. And that is how you pin a team deep. That hits and careens out of bounds at the 3. The Packers all set to get back out there. And they couldn't be backed up much further, Brock. A safety, really the only concern as they take possession here inside their 5-yard line. Jacobs gets it to start the drive. And he found some running room for a nice gain. 2nd and 3 now. They're going play action. Reed's got it. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Bails out of the pocket quick. Stepping up, and he's going to run. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Wrapped up on that play by big Quinnen Williams. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Love out of the shotgun. Taken in by Luke Musgrave. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 27 on the play. And that's good for a Green Bay 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips, cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Running on 1st here with Jacobs. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets them 3. 2nd down now, 7 to go. They go play action here. Flushed out of the pocket. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And that pushes them back, 3rd down coming up.
Even from the booth, Kate, I can hear it. I can hear that front 7 telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys, and I'm going to get to this QB. You promise that you deliver? And that's exactly what they did, wasted no time in getting that sack.
Oh, he's going to run for it. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
1st down throw, here's Love. And a man is there to knock that away. Target that time, Jaden Reed. So it's 2nd down coming up. Love from the gun. Completed over the middle. Still has some space inside the 35. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. They gain 14 on the play. And it'll be 1st down Packers.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
On 1st and 10, here's Love. Forced out to his right. He tucks it and takes off. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. All set up now for 1st and 10. Throwing, Love. He's on the move. Taking off with it again. He gets a little something out of it before sliding to a stop. 2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 19. And that one's unsuccessful. This one intended for the running back. And that means 3rd down coming up. Love. On the move, headed right. He's going to keep it this time. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal. Love now. And he'll take this one in for the Green Bay touchdown. The Packers grow their lead just before halftime. He hung in there as long as he could. A lot of quarterbacks would have bailed out, and it was what you talked about, Brock, that courage that kept the chant for the touchdown alive.
Yeah, that touchdown's going to show up on his stat sheet making the catch, or the quarterback stat sheet for making the throw, but hey, can we put some touchdowns up there for the big boys up front? It was their blocking and buying of time for that play that led to the score.
Extra point is good by Gonzalez. And the Packers make it a 10-point ball game. Now Gonzalez on to kick this one away. Here's a return from the 7. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. The Jets and Breece Hall about set to go on offense. And we're down inside a minute to play in the half, but that's enough time to get a drive together. Throwing on 1st down, Rodgers. Throw left side, taken in by Adams. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. The Jets take their 1st time out. To the air here on 1st down, Rodgers. He puts some air under a deep throw to the left. Brought in inside the 20. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain. Into the red zone after that big pickup. It's 1st and 10 from the 15. They put a receiver in motion here left. 1st down from the red zone. Drops back. Needs an open man. And that play is brought to a halt, you're going to say, at the 5-yard line. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Again, Rodgers. And this is cut. Touchdown, New York. The Jets make it a 1-score game before halftime. Pat Fryermuth, the touchdown. Well, we all know that he's somebody they like to have working down near the end zone, Brock, and there is so many ways they know how to use him down there.
Yeah, things are constantly different down there when you're trying to defend him, which is what makes defending him so tough, borderline impossible at times. He can make the smallest little tweaks to his route just like a receiver would, and it's a totally different animal, a nightmare for these defenses.
That one right down the middle. And the Jets cut it to a field goal game. Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. He'll bring it out from a couple yards deep. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on 1st down. He takes a knee, and that's going to run out the final couple seconds of half number 1. So we have reached halftime in Super Bowl 59 from New Orleans. Now we'll head over to Orlando, Florida. Check in with Jonathan Coachman for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. And what a season this has been, and it is nearing a conclusion. You guys enjoy the show out there. We'll get it back out to you, too, in just a moment. It was an excellent first half from quarterback Jordan Love. He fired his guys into the lead with 2 first-half touchdown passes as they were looking like a well-oiled machine in the first half of play.
Now Gonzalez on to kick this one away. Tucker now on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. So to begin the third quarter, the New York offense returning to the field. They'll try to get that ground game established better than they did in the opening half, Brock. See if they can attack that deficit. They start the drive with Hall. Breaks the tackle, still going. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1. Rodgers here off the play action. Connects on the crosser. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. How about a big hitter, 30, 40 yards there and a new set of downs?
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
First down throw by Rodgers. Has it down close. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal. From the red zone now. Gets it towards the end zone, but it's incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And that makes it 2nd and goal. Shotgun snap, a give to Hall. And he doesn't find open space. He only finds a defender who makes the stop. So now, here's 3rd and goal. Play action with Rodgers. Escapes the pocket. And he will score. Touchdown, New York! The Jets take the lead right away in half number 2. Aaron Rodgers with the touchdown. Wow, great work there by the quarterback. The play broke down, didn't really have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise, and in the end, Brock, the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired. He did it with his brain. He did it with his mind, but you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when a play breaks down, and when you can put 6 on the board, man, does that infuse your offensive group with confidence.
And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Packers and Jordan Love set to take over again. And he has to be happy about his game. We're checking some of the highlights right now that he's made so far. A good showing that's seen him in the zone from time to time. And also he's just seen the field well from his spot in the middle of this offense. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Handoff here to Jacobs. This is ahead for about 5. That was Jermaine Johnson there to make the play. Offense to the line for 2nd down. Going run again with Jacobs. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. He gets 6 on that play, and that's good for a Green Bay 1st down. They stick with Jacobs. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
That's complete to Musgrave. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Quincy Williams making the tackle. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. Takes the handoff, now Love. He's on the move. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
That's into the hands of Dom. And they get this down to the 28. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first. Jacobs running behind center. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete.
You know, that type of play is so doggone impressive, not just because it saves a touchdown. He had timed that perfectly to knock it free without drawing a flag or letting him establish possession for the score.
And he will score. Touchdown, Green Bay! The Packers grab the lead on their first series of the half. Jordan Love, the touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that could create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
Now Gonzalez on to kick this one away. Fielded at the 7. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Jets returning their offense and this running back to the field. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3 and out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch your breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. Pass taken in by Freiermuth. He's got to gain a 6 there. Eric Stokes skinned there for the stop. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Rodgers here from the gun. Left side cut by Lazard. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
They're set up at the 35 now. They'll throw again. Rodgers. He'll get this complete to Lazard. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Edger and Cooper there to make the stop. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Throwing once again. Rodgers. Caught by Lazard. And he's going to take this across. Touchdown, New York. The Jets take a lead just before the end of the 3rd. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
This is the time of the game where your legs just get a little bit tired. But that was a determined-looking drive right there. They were not going to be denied, and they're able to score and take the lead.
Zerline on now for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Jets take a 4-point lead. Zerline has it all teed up and ready to send it away. Here's a return from the 7. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Green Bay offense about to get started once more. All their scoring has kept them close, but they still find themselves trailing by just a little in this third quarter. First down throw, here's Love. Bails out of the pocket quick. He's running with it. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
Second and 3 now. Motioning the tight end now. Throwing the out route complete. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Love from the gun. Able to get it to Reed. Gets it to the 15. And he'll take this one in for the Green Bay touchdown. The Packers take a fourth quarter lead. Jaden Reed, the touchdown. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period, end of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
That one splits the uprights. And the Packers push their lead to 3. Now Gonzalez on to kick this one away. This taken from the 12. Some good work on that return. Brock gets this up to the 33. The Jets offense now set to take over. They find themselves down here in the fourth after that touchdown. This game could end up depending on how they respond right here. This is reeled in by Wilson. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Hall takes it straight ahead. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. A 7-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. 1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. From the shotgun, Rodgers. Hits him on the out route. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 43. He's got the hook up to Adams. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Offense set for a 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. This one's come. And he drives this forward to the 6. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. We give to Hall now on the option. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. Got that chip shot in their back pocket to tie it. A chance at the lead here first, though. 1st and goal. Trying an option play, headed left. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Jets take a fourth quarter lead. Aaron Rodgers with the touchdown. His 4th total score of the game. Well, we all knew somebody was running with it there, and when the defender started flowing towards the back, he made the right call that he would be the one to run it in.
Yeah, he sure did. I think if he hands that off, this play does not end in a touchdown, but in a collision for his running back.
Yeah.
So not only is that running back thinking his quarterback, the rest of the guys are celebrating for that decision.
That one right down the middle. And the Jets take a 4-point lead. Zerline has it all teed up and ready to send it away. Return starts at the 3. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Out now runs the Packer offense. And we've seen some matching touchdowns as of late, so the scoring coming at a good clip, Brock. Let's see if they can keep this up.
You know what's fun, Kate? After all of these years, I have friends that are offensive guys and friends that are defensive guys. And my friends watching this one offensively love it. The defensive guys, they're climbing up their walls. Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
2nd and 12 behind the sticks. Finds him over the middle. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. Love on 3rd and short. Chased out to his right. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
Well, partner, I think this defense had enough. This QB has been getting out of the pocket and doing damage with his legs. But not this time. Great pursuit, great effort, and they're able to wrap him up for the sack.
And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. Call that a punt of 47 yards. And it'll be their football. The Jets have their offense ready to go again. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. To the air here on 1st down, Rodgers. Taking his shot, deep down the field it goes. They did it! He made the interception! And the Packers have some new life in the 4th. I don't know what to be impressed by most, Brock. How effortless he made it look to throw it that deep, or how effortless the cover man made it look to get that far down there and haul in the interception.
How about we just marvel at both of them? You call a deep pass like that again on the next play, it could go to the end zone. But this time, it is a takeaway.
The Packers ready to run their offense back out there. A nice starting spot for the Packers this drive. 1st and 10 coming up. To the air with Love. Cut by Jacobs. And they'll get there and stop him at the line. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Shotgun now for Love. He puts some power on a deep one left. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
Looking to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. Now he takes it and just gets back to the line of scrimmage. Offense staying out there. Look at this. They're trying 4th and 9. He's back to throw. Buys time, rolling right. And he gets forward for 3 yards as we reach our 2-minute warning. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Hall running between the tackles. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. No surprises here. Defense quick to stop that clock. We've got 1:53 left in this game. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Here's Hall once more. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. Now timeout taken by Green Bay. That's it, 2nd. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. First carry here for Braylon Allen. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. The defense takes its 3rd and final timeout. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. Back to throw it. finds his target home. And he's stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much at training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, and you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
They're flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And they're going to grow their lead late, but still a one-score ball game.
Kate, it's 3 more on the scoreboard, but both sides really know it's all about one possession here in the fourth quarter when it really matters.
And this drive will start inside the 25. The offense getting set to go. The turnover on downs only led to 3, obviously better than a touchdown, but enough to rattle them a bit as they return to the field. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And this is scooped up by the Jets. We'll get a stoppage here. Looks like there's a Jet in some discomfort following that play. No timeouts remaining here, partner, so they can just run out this clock. With the win in hand, they'll take the knee, let this clock run out.
There's still some time to bleed off the clock, but the important factor is that the defense is helpless to stop it. You could just run that clock down as far as you're able and take off every single second. Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
And like the Broadway Joe-led squad before them, this year's New York Jets are once again Super Bowl champions! Here's Commissioner Roger Goodell to present the Lombardi Trophy to the New York Jets, your champions of Super Bowl 59. So that's a wrap on another incredible year of NFL coverage here on EA Sports. It was a memorable and very fun first year in the booth for myself and my partner in crime here, Mr. Brock Heward. Until next season, I'm Kate Scott. Thanks for joining us, everybody, and good night from New Orleans.